LoreWarrior Campaign, The Battle of Luthien, Scenario 11, Black Thunder, Stealing a Dropship. Excerpt from a mission debrief by Tai Maeda Shingen, 6th Draconis Elite Strike Team. My original plan called for Chui Quit and Gunso Novasai to silence the guards with vibroblades. Unfortunately, one of the toads guarding the only open mech ramp noticed Novasai. The elemental started turning to face him, bringing up his left arm weapon, and as he did, Shoko Moshula dropped the guard with a single round. Before the second toad could even react to his companion's death, Quit killed him as well. Everybody aboard the dropship must have been asleep because no alarm sounded. We moved aboard, spread throughout the ship. Novasai's section headed for engineering, Quit headed for the crew quarters and mech decks, and I took my team to secure the bridge. Then our luck ran out. Apparently a clan tech had spotted one of Quit's people and sounded the alarm. The ensuing firefight claimed 4 of my troops and all but 2 of the dropship's crew. I knew we didn't have much time. We got to the engines and got them online, boosted them just as a full star of elementals entered the LZ. Gunsho Arasin turned the ship's autocannons on them, which seemed to discourage the toads from getting any closer. We almost lost the whole thing though, when a flight of slayers intercepted us and the damn backpack transponder wouldn't work. Gunjin Macheski finally got the thing working, but only after the fighters already made 2 attack runs on us. Situation: Novacat secondary landing zone, west of the Tyrracana Plains. Luthien at 1400 hours, 05 January 3052. As the fighting in the Tyrracana Plains and the Kado Guchi Valley had begun winding down, Theodore Kurita ordered the 6th DEST to begin Operation Black Thunder. The team members swarmed out of a concealed blind to attack the Union-class dropship Broadsword. The operatives captured the Broadsword, along with 2 of her crew, after a short firefight inside the vessel's main deck. 4 DEST troopers died in the fighting, and a like number were wounded. The team then flew the captured dropship under the fighter escort to the main military spaceport, southeast of Imperial City. Scenario 12, Blind Man's Bluff. Best laid plans. Excerpt from The Killing Doves, Friends of the Dragonette War by Yoshinobu Setsuhara, Luthien Publishing, 3055. Even as the fighting on the Tyrracana Plains and in the Kado Guchi Valley died down, another battle between the Smoke Jaguars and the defenders of Luthien erupted outside Jirushi City at the Luthien Armor Works. Determined to cripple the Combine's ability to continue resisting, Khan Kincaid Fury decided to destroy the Combine's military support infrastructure and chose the complex as one of the first targets of this effort. Once again, the Comstar intelligence provided to the clans proved inaccurate. Data gathered by ROM agents indicated that a single lance of older, second-line mechs and a company of lightly armed security officers defended the complex. Exhibiting their typical disdain for the Innisphere military forces, the clan planners assigned the job of capturing the complex to a single Jaguar strike star. When the Jaguar forces dropped in, however, they found no second-line militia. Instead, they met an ad hoc unit drawn from the survivors of frontline units that had been destroyed by the clans. The construction of the complex itself presented an issue. The massive quantities of iron and steel used in the construction and the presence of casting furnaces, auto welders and electric motors left the clan's advanced communication, sensor and targeting systems virtually useless. As a result, mech warriors on both sides had to rely on visual sighting and targeting in the ensuing skirmish. Situation: Luthien Armor Works, Jirushi City, Luthien, 1400 hours, 05 January 3052. In an attempt to cripple the Draconis Combine, a star of medium and heavy Omnimex attacked the Luthien Armor Works, where they encountered a unit assembled from the remnants of mech companies eradicated by the invaders earlier in the invasion. The complex's machinery and steel-reinforced ferrocrete buildings blocked virtually all communication, sensors and targeting systems. Lacking elemental support and facing a stronger unit than expected, the clan warriors inflicted moderate damage on the facility before fleeing to their landing zone for evacuation. And so that wraps today's episode. This part of Luthien is a little shorter. In the timeline, this takes place at the exact same time, both at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just outside of the Tyrracana Plains. The timeline on this one is a bit weird because this one is talking about the battle at the Kado Guchi Valley winding down, and it says it's on the 5th of January, which is the same day, but when you go to the actual battles to do with the Kado Guchi Valley, they all take place around about 4 o'clock until 5 o'clock, I believe. So I don't know why this is talking about it after the fact. There might be a print error. I don't know if these were battles that were supposed to occur actually on the 6th of January. Most likely then. But then, weirdly enough, there's one scenario that is actually posted and is definitely on the 6th, which is the Nijugan Desert mission, which is what I'm going to have chronologically at the end. Scenario 11 then is a bit of an interesting one because outside of the wacky nature of elementals being downed in a single shot, this one doesn't actually use your standard Battletech rules. It actually uses MechWarrior 2nd Edition, the tabletop RPG rules. So this would be one that would only really work for people who had played both sort of the wargamey element and the more traditional tabletop roleplay side of it. So the setup for the mission involves a lot of individual characters with their own sets of skills and different ranks in them. So totally different rule set and a very unique mission of obviously moving around inside a dropship and trying to take out the crew, capture as many as you can, and make away with a clan dropship, which is pretty cool. Fun little scenario there. As said, there's a lot of special rules and just character stuff that's to be written up on that one. Meanwhile, Blind Man's Bluff, the 12 scenario, is more of a straight-up fight. Again, it's filled with a lot of special rules regarding mainly to do with the fact that the facility causes a lot of trouble with regards to being able to see your target and make proper rolls and stuff. Actual number of units, so it's quite small. The defenders are the Luthien Artwork Security Company, which is a single battle mech lance led by Chewie Luciana McCade in a Crusader, Kashira Karl Deperna in a Thunderbolt, Gocho Harry Schultz in a Grand Dragon, and Gunjin R. Paul Horn in a Shadowhawk. They're also supported by 3 rifle platoons, which are just 3 infantry companies. Meanwhile, the clans, as it says, dropped a single star, Bravo Striker Star, from the Trinary Striker 22nd Jaguar Regulars cluster, led by Star Captain Hontz in his Mad Cat Delta variant, with mech warriors Mark, Douglas, Rolls, and Jucha, both from top to bottom is a Thor Alpha, a Vulture, a Ryoken Alpha, and a Puma B. And yeah, so pretty small, quite an intimate little fight there. An interesting one is that a lot of the Innisphere forces, the Luthien side of it, tend to only go up as far as heavies, as far as their mechs are concerned. There's very few assault mechs for the Draconis Combine, while the clan side do tend to kind of move around with mainly heavies with some upper end mediums in there. Very few lights, and a little bit heavier in some regards, where they do end up using far more assault mechs by comparison. So yeah, it's definitely an attempt, I think, at trying to balance the maneuverability and numbers that the Draconis Combine generally have, but not always, as opposed to the more heavy and better sort of range stats of the clans. But yeah, that was what was going on at 2 o'clock. As I said, with the pacing of the Battle of Luthien, it really is just over 24 hours, and that's it. The entire invasion is one and done in that one for the Combine. And yeah, it's horrendous casualties are suffered by the clans on this one. I don't quite get the logic of, oh, if we blow up this one place on this one planet, that'll completely cripple the infrastructure. It really won't. The Combine is massive, and you're telling me there's one planet that's dealing with a lot of the iron processing? Really? No. Blowing up one factory on factory complex on Luthien I doubt is hardly going to do much to the iron ore production chain of things, especially when it's such a common element that's used across the entire Innisphere. You're telling me that there aren't asteroid fields and stuff across some of the more secure areas of the Combine that aren't just doing that, you know, mining ores, for God's sakes. It's just a weird one. But yeah, I'll leave you that one. Thanks for listening, as always, and I will catch you all for the next episode, which will be the Kado Guchi Valley, the big sort of battle of the whole thing. So yeah, we'll see you for that one. Have a good one all. Bye bye.